Well, folks, I was messing around with the controller sort of thing tonight, and trying to decide on relays, I suppose. I was thinking about going with these. They're two pole relays, so basically I can control two circuits simultaneously with this one on a 5 volt coil. But then I was thinking, maybe it's not beefy enough. Maybe this relay here, not really tough enough, not really up for the job. So I came across another relay today, and I've got this one here. What do you think? What do you think? Think this relay will do it? Huh? What do you think? Put her there. Control two circuits with that monstrosity. Huh? Oh. The difference between them all. Yeah. Because this relay here can control two circuits. You got your coil here, right here, and here on both sides. Right there and there. And then you got your circuit to control here, and here, and here. So control two circuits with this. Yeah, quite beefy on the power control here too. Oh yes. Coil is 12 volt. At 28 volts, you can handle 30 amps. At 300 volts AC, she can switch up to 30 volts, or 30 amps rather. And yeah, at 480 volts AC, she's good for 5 amp, and 600 volt up to 5 amp. Alan Bradley, that's a relay. Yeah. Nah, we're going with that. We're fooling around with you. Yeah, so we're going to go with 3 of these relays. One will be to trigger the ID module, which is this critter, the ISD 1820. Relay for that. Then you've got the PTT relay, which obviously got to make 2 of these guys go into transmit. And then you got this relay, which is, I kind of forget. A relay to trigger this thing. We need a relay to PTT to radio. 2 radios. 2 of these can switch PTT radio. And then we got a third relay. I don't remember what I had third relay for. Oh no. Oh no. It'll come to me. But anyways. So yeah. So I have a circuit board here. 3 relays mounted in there. That'll be in there. And then I'll gotta get the DTMF controller part sorted out. But first, what we're going to do is forget the DTMF circuit. What I'm more interested in at the moment is getting this module working with this timer, and we'll do that with a relay. But before we even get to this, gotta try to learn how to program this thing. Apparently there's a bunch of different programs you can do with this for timing sequence. Basically this is your counting down, and then when it stops, the relay clicks, and this one here basically is your hold time on your relay. So basically this one will be set up for 30 minutes, and then this one will disengage the relay in 30 seconds. So that's the idea behind those. So yeah, we gotta figure out how to program this here contraption. There's a video, not really a video I suppose, but some pictures online on eBay how to do this. So yeah, Gotta try to figure out how to program this timer. It's gonna be interesting. But yeah, see if we can figure it out. So this is the unit working. Right now you'd have a countdown here that the relay is not engaged. And you have a countdown here of how long the relay will stay engaged. And it just goes over and over and over. You'll keep repeating. As long as the machine got power, she'll keep doing this. And you can change the timer here as well as the timer down there. So pretty cool. And I can disconnect power. Only a couple elevator clips. I can disconnect power like that. Leave for a few minutes. Or a minute. Say 30 seconds. I'm not sure if this thing resets or not, but I guess we'll soon find out. Reconnect power. There you go. Let's see if she keeps her memory. Further than I think she keeps her memory written. I'm not sure how long she can keep her memory now in the meantime. There you go. So, basically what's going to happen, she counts down on this red one, is when the relay is going to stay open. And then the relay closes, switches contacts, and stays closed by the blue one. That's the timer on the blue. I said, thinking that's how it works. We're going to put a multimeter on this now, digital multimeter, and see how this thing actually triggers. The contacts are on the bottom down here. So we'll put 2 more wires on here and put a relay on there and see what happens. Now we're going to check. Right now the timer is doing its thing. Multimeter's on. There you go. So the red one is a timer that the relay is turned off. So you want to set to 30 minutes, you set the timer here to 30 minutes. And the blue is the hold time, to hold the relay on. That's how that thing works. Pretty nifty system if you ask me. So all I need to do now is have to take the switch out to play. I'll take the buzzer off it for now. So what I got to do with this is I have to remove the play button. I may not have to remove it, but I have to solder a wire between one set of contacts on the top to ground. And that would be what the relay here would be across the contacts to close the circuit, would make this thing play. So yeah, you just get it so it plays once. There's some misinformation going on about this board online. Somebody says it's 12 volt. It's not 12 volt. It's not 9 volt. It's not 5 volt. This thing here runs on about 3 volts, 3.5 thereabouts. So I got to get a decent voltage supply for this to drop this down to about 3 volts to get it to work properly. 5 volts run, so I might just put a variable resistor in there and drop the voltage 2 volts, but we'll work on it. So anyways, yeah, so this switch here is going to have to be bypassed with a relay to trigger this thing to play. And then I've got to run an audio wire, obviously from here to each radio, because this thing is going to send audio to both radios simultaneously, or at least one radio simultaneously. I'm thinking I'm going to need another set of relay contacts for this. I'm thinking, so I may actually have to use 2 relays on this to get this work proper. One relay to key the radio, 2 poles, 2 relays, or 2 poles, 2 radios, and 2 poles for 2 different audio inputs. So I may end up having to use 2 relays with this thing to get this thing to work properly. But just want to show you how this thing works. Well, let her count down again. And I can change the timer on this by setting timer or set, and I can change that as much as I want. So right now she'll stay closed for 2 seconds. I'll just clip her back on. I'll let her go. Stay closed for 2 seconds. There you go. I like this. That's pretty nifty. And I can also change this. Hit the set to get this to blank, and I can change the timer up or down. Hit set again, and I can change my relay hold time down here. There you go. Anyways, very cool, I got to say. So now what we got to do now is play with this circuit, see what we can get this to do and get it mounted in this box. So what I'm going to do tomorrow, we're going to permanently mount this controller in the front of this box here, and I'm going to run 4 of these wires out to a terminal block mounted in here, so I can mess with these wires as much as I want. Just, you know, bring them out, solder them in, instead of having to connect to this connection point here. I'll be just on a bar, basically. Anyways, I don't bore you guys too much, but yeah, so I had to show you this working. It's very cool. Hey guys, 7-3, and all the best, and we'll chat tomorrow. And we'll see if we can't do something with this circuit board tomorrow evening. Anyways, take her easy. Reno 63 out.